I've been doing a lot of thinking about this year, next year, my last year, and wanting to finish strong, like I've encouraged you to do all year long. And here we are on the day of the final, and this is the moment to finish strong. So, what does perseverance, resilience, and integrity have to do with anything? Well, try your best. Integrity. Just try your best. You know what your best is? Well, you may not know. I don't think any of us know because we've never achieved it. You can continually approach it. So try your best. Integrity. Don't give up. Persevere. Don't stop. Learn from your mistakes. We'll all fail. Be resilient. Get back up. And play by the rules. Once again, integrity. So these three words sum up our rubric. And I have thought hard about changing the rubric and simplifying it. And I think PRI, this will be the multiplier this year. It's mana. And I think it's not going to drop out of the sky. You'll earn it. And it will build slowly but surely over the course of the year. Now, as far as the final goes, I've got some things for you to do. Now, I want you to listen. Okay, part one, I want you to reflect and go ahead, make headings that you can copy that, paste it in, and then what did you do well? Well, this year for me, I followed through the dailies every single time. I gave you a foundation to help you learn the programs, learn how to navigate and begin to explore the programs. But because of all the creative freedom in here, there's a limit to how far and wide I can go with those tutorials. Could I have done more? Sure. You've got I somewhere around 650 videos, so that's what I did. What could I have done better? Classroom management, period. The beginning and end of the story is I did not expect, the misbehavior. And the year started out, I was a masked policeman, and that's an excuse. And I could have done better. And for those of you who had to endure the nonsense, I'm really sorry. And for those of you who didn't pay the price early on, I should have cracked down. I should have made you understand that I'm serious. What would you have liked to try but didn't? I thought a lot about Adobe Animate and animating our artwork, because learning how to use that program via bringing your illustrations, your creations, your whatever you are working on to life, and showing the evolution of it in 30 seconds through Adobe Animate, that would be really cool. Something I'll do next year. And you can't change the past, What would you like to do different? Incorporate Adobe Animate. Be better at classroom management. Give you a really strong foundation. Because I got nothing left after next year as far as being a classroom teacher goes. Now, next year, the plan. What do you think of starting with a low C, a 40%? You open up your grades and you got a 40% in digital arts. What's up with that? But you have 300 minutes. That's not going to show up on Infinite Campus. And what's this about off tasks? Well, not World of Warcraft. Let's jump over to next year's ever-evolving sheet. And here's your 300 minutes, and here's the off tasks. So I can keep track right here. I'm not going to sell restroom passes. I'm going to track them. When I write that pass and you walk out of the room, it's got a time on it. When you come back, well, the elapsed time, I'm just going to write. And that 300 minutes is going to go down and down and down. And we'll talk about this, we'll talk about it next year. But it also covers absences. You get 5 vacation days, we'll call them that. But if you don't use them at the end of the semester, this can be turned into PRI, perseverance, resilience, and integrity points. And that's our multiplier. So I can take attendance here, keep track of how late you were. The minutes will take care of itself. It's going to be on me. But the idea that we have 50-minute classes next year, 40 minutes on a collaboration day, and I ask you for bell to bell, that's not much. And in exchange for no homework and no tests. So enforcing that will quickly sort the pretenders from the contenders out. And yeah, these will go red and gray. These will go green and blue rather quickly. So you're a great student. Don't worry about this. Your grade will go up. But that's part of my classroom management plan because it's so important to the classroom. And time tracking is more about misbehavior than anything else. Ton of work. And it goes back to the very beginning of the Mac Lab, how we started. And the game mechanic, even though I didn't call it a game mechanic, was time. It was always time and off tasks, and then extra time in the class built it up. And yeah, you can pad it by coming in outside of class. At home, when you're absent, I'm going to have a whole section for things you can do when you don't have access to the Creative Cloud. Things you can do at home. And yeah, if you're not on your deathbed, there's nothing wrong with checking in, doing the daily, putting in, your 50 minutes at home. So that'll be something to think about and develop. And then learning modules for college credit. I want to just make it clear. You have to complete typography and color harmonies and color theory and composition. And, you have to master a collection of skill sets in order to earn either college credit or creative freedom. Creative freedom's not just going to happen. You're going to earn it. Unless you can sell me on an idea. Scott, do I really want to work in animation? And this is what I've done so far. And this is my plan for what I want to do. And, whatever it is. So I want your feedback. I want you to spend time on this. And I didn't put on here, I'll have to add it. I forgot to put, hey, I want to see your 5 favorite pieces from this year. And there's nothing that says you can't polish them. Now, I know in the first semester, people played games after doing this. In respect for students who are going to be trying hard to raise their grade, I don't want that distraction. So you can study for another class. You can work on your artwork. You can, after you complete the final, but no games today. And it's just because there are so many kids who really have told me that they want to raise their grades. So let's help them out. Okay, so kind of a long video, but I'm glad you persevered through it. Now, be resilient, get up, and try your best. Play by the rules the rest of today, and thank you for a most enlightening year. I learned a lot because I failed a lot this year. I love you guys. Always remember, do something to make the world a better place.